It's definitely a Villa Park farewell for Olof Mellberg, his final home match before moving to Juventus. But is it the last home appearance for Gareth Barry? No doubting the strength of the Villa fans' feelings. Wigan's top scorer, Marcus Bent, has hit the bar and post in his last two matches. Wigan so close to securing their Premier League status for a fourth season. And Villa can build here. There's a real roar of expectation from the home supporters. By Shana. That's a final warning from the referee for the Wigan defender. In by Young, towards Knight! And Zach Knight with the header. The tall defender getting up. Kirkland with the save. I have no idea what that pass was about. It's a corner kick. And what on earth was that ball back towards his own goal from Jason Kumas all about? That's the question Steve Bruce is posing as well. Young with the corner. High ball here for Ekbonlahor, and just over. Jason Kumas is the most relieved man in Villa Park. Ekbonlahor with the header and just pushed onto the bar by Kirkland. Barry. Lovely weighted pass. It's Ekbonlahor up against Bramble. Barry. Kirkland was under some pressure there, Chris Kirkland. It looked to be a regulation catch for Chris Kirkland at first. But then the Wigan goalkeeper realised that it wasn't. Nice little touch from Bent. Valencia. Bent wants it played back to him. Valencia with the shot. It takes a deflection and it's in! Luis Antonio Valencia puts Wigan in front. We are staying up, says the banner. And Valencia's goal may very well ensure that that is indeed the case. Not too much on here for Valencia. It takes a huge deflection off Wilfried Baumer. The ball ballooning up in the air off the Villa defender. It's too high for Carson. It just loops into the goal. How will Martin O'Neill's side react to going a goal down? Berger gets his first touch. Pursued by Heskey. Palacios. Kumas. Larson. Berger. Oh, lovely ball from him. It's Gareth Barry. It's on his wrong foot. And only just wide. Gareth Barry hitting it right-footed, and it just strokes the outside of the net. There were many amongst the home support who thought that had gone in. Valencia. Could he be on for a second here? He has! What an afternoon for Wigan, and what an afternoon for Valencia! They surely came here more in hope than in expectation. But two goals from the Ecuador international, and Wigan lead UEFA Cup chasing Aston Villa by 2-0. Little touch on from Heskey. And suddenly Valencia was away despite Baumer's best efforts. Excellent finish. Berger. Young. Faced by Kilban. Too high for Carew. Ekbonlahor! What a save from Kirkland! It was going to loop in until Kirkland's intervention. Valencia. 3 against 3 at the moment. King wants the ball played forward. It's towards Marlon King. Superbly read by Olof Mellberg. That's the quality of defending that Aston Villa supporters have appreciated over the last 7 years. Thanks for the memories. A hugely important win for Steve Bruce and Wigan Athletic. It guarantees their place in the Premier League next season. 3 points from Villa Park, take them up to 40 for the season, and that is safety.
Well, it's all going to be as good as I've ever done, and certainly the management haven't done that much, like, to be perfectly honest. But in terms of where we were going into the Blackburn game, I remember the mid-December were 9 points. You know, to get 40 and in turn 31 points since the turn of the year it's fantastic for the players, and obviously I'm delighted that we've managed to do it.
Well, it'd be hard to explain really how why we were so flat for so long. So it is really disappointing, because we had this opportunity to certainly put pressure on Everton anyway.
How emotional a day was it for you today?
Yeah, it was very. You know, as you said, emotional. The fans were singing throughout the game, before the game and after the game, you know, so saw my name sort of all around the park. The fans have always supported us and me, and I want to thank them for that.
Yeah, it's been a good servant to the club. Villa look like missing out on the UEFA Cup, don't they?
Well, he'll be so frustrated, Martin O'Neill, particularly after working so hard last week at Everton to come away with a point, and he was seen today's game as a great opportunity to try and put a bit of pressure on, but it wasn't to be, was it?
No, but it's OK for Wigan and Borough. They're safe. Let's have a look at the state of things at the bottom of the Barclays Premier League table. How do you read it now?
Who would you rather be? You know, would you want the team in form? Obviously, Fulham. They're away from home. Reading are really struggling, but they're at Derby. Birmingham are the ones at home, but they're struggling. I suppose you'd want to be Fulham. You know, it's in their hands. If they go to Portsmouth and win,
you wouldn't have thought that a few weeks ago.
Guarantee survival.
No, you wouldn't be saying that. Portsmouth with one eye on the cup final, so you'd fancy Fulham to go there and get something. Reading at Derby again. Reading can't score. Should they score at Derby? You'd think so, wouldn't you?
If you want to play against anybody away from home, it would be Derby.
One thing it's going to be is one of those tense last days. Still to come, goal of the month and our final fixture. Prior to that, let me bring to your attention the Women's FA Cup final on Monday. Arsenal take on Leeds, and you can see it live on BBC One at 12:40. Later that evening, check out Inside Sport, where you can see highlights of Newcastle against Chelsea, BBC One at 10 to 11.